Good morning. Okay, today we are on December 24th. Today we're in Malachim II Perek of Dalet. Let's get started. So now, just to understand what's happening. So now, Nevuchadnezzar is Melech Bavel. We know that, right? Now, what happens is in the first year of Nevuchadnezzar, he goes ahead and he captures Nineveh. Nineveh is the capital of Ashur. Okay, the place where Sancheiriv used to be in the north, all the way up in past Syria. Anyway. So Nebuchadnezzar, the first year of his reign, he goes ahead and he captures Nineveh, and that's the capital of Ashur. Now, when he gets to year 2 of Nebuchadnezzar, what does he do? He says, "Okay, now that I went ahead and I got Ashur, now let me get all the property that Ashur got. What the property? We know he got Yehuda, Malachim Yisrael, right? So he's working his way towards Yerushalayim. So he's recapturing the land. So now when he does that, he comes all the way to Yerushalayim, and he goes ahead and he captures Yehoyakim. So we just had yesterday, Yehoyakim was the Melech. He captures him and he says, "You know what? You can be my Evet." So he's his Evet for 3 years until he rebels. So that's the first pasuk. B'yamav, in his days, Olon v'chanetzar Melech Bavel v'hi lo Yehoyakim Evet shal shanim v'yashav mayadabai. So now again. And now it's the second year when Nevuchadnezzar comes in and he heads towards Yerushalayim, and he goes ahead and he takes Yehoyakim, the Melech, and he was his Ebed, and for 3 years he was together with Nevuchadnezzar until he goes ahead and rebels. Now, Proxy base. V'yishach Hashem as boy Yehuda Kazdim. Hashem now does is Hashem promised Kaisel that that's it. It's gonna be over. Yehuda is going to go to Galus, and Machis already went in, and now he says Yehuda is going. So what does Hashem do in order to make this happen? Hashem makes the Kazdin, the people Moav and Ammon, all the people go ahead and start up a Klal. So that's what happens. Positive days. Hashem the different bands of, like, I guess you call them like terrorists from different areas. So from Gedudei Kazdin, Gedudei Ram. Okay, Kazdin we know is Ashur. Ram we know is on the east, which is Ivay Yarden. Moav we know is southeast. And they could do the Ammon, which is all the way south. They all came in towards closing in on Yehuda. And they came to Yehuda to destroy Yehuda. Hashem said, that's it. Yehuda is going to be destroyed. We're going to go. This was all Apia Hashem. In order Hashem should remove Menasheh. Hashem is doing all this as a punishment to remove the Avera of Menasheh. Menasheh brought by Zara and all that, and Kaisel couldn't shake it off. There was an emotional connection with the Zara. So because of all the Averis, therefore Hashem is going to go ahead and get rid of what? He's going to get rid of Yehuda. Okay. The Gam Dam Noki Ashashafach, and also the what in it of Menasheh. So besides for that by the Zara, also because Menasheh, he killed Dam Noki. Hashem was like, Hashem didn't want to forgive. What's Namnaki? So we said earlier, the Yishalmi says either was he killed Yeshai Hanavi, or he killed anybody that rebelled against him. So he went around killing people. So Hashem did not want to forgive for that Avera. Now, if you want to hear more about Yehoyakim, I'll say you could hear more about over there. Positive Vav. So now Yehoyakim and Vaisov. So now Yehoyakim, he dies. And Yehoyakim Bayit. So now his son Yechanya, right? Yehoyakim, he takes over. Now it seems like he says Vayishkav Yehoyakim Bayit. It sounds like almost like he gets like the royal burial. So Rashi explains no. We know that Rashi says V'lo Yamitase. He didn't. Nevuchadnezzar took Yehoyakim and he took him in chains and he dragged him alive in chains to Bavel. So, and then on the way he dies, and then that was kind of the words of the Navi. The Navi said that he's gonna die like he's not gonna get a burial. He's gonna be like a chamar. So then, in other words, he's gonna be left on the side of the road and to rot. So that's a puzzle. That's to be puzzle. Yishkav Yehoyakim Havaisav means he died, but again he didn't get any royal burial over here. It wasn't Mamashim Havaisav. He was dragged to Bavel and he died on the way. He was left to rot on the side of the road. Okay. Now, right to the point. Now, Pasuk Zion is just a kind of like a footnote. Mitzrayim no longer can leave their land. That means like this. Until now, Mitzrayim, what happened was earlier we had yesterday. Parinachai went ahead, and Parinachai was he went ahead and he killed Yoshio, right? So Hashem did was, in order to punish Mitzrayim for doing that, Hashem went ahead and made Nevuchadnezzar take over the areas of Mitzrayim, take over the land Mitzrayim took over, or maybe even Mitzrayim itself, whatever it was. Mitzrayim couldn't leave their land, and it was that punishment for killing the Navi. I mean, Rashi says it interesting. That's actually interesting. Rashi, well, yeah, for killing the king, exactly, the king. But Rashi says interesting. Rashi says, "Allah says me, I'd say Lazo Yehoyakim." So Rashi is going that even deeper. That Klal Yisrael couldn't anymore go and get help from Mitzrayim anymore. They get help because Mitzrayim was under the hands of Nevuchadnezzar. Okay. Then now we go weiter. So now we're talking about Yechanya. Okay, Yechanya is the same person. A ben Shemayin Eshishana Yechanya when Yechanya was 18 years old, Malachim became the Melech. Now the 3 months he ruled in Shalayim. Hashem Imay Nechushasa Basa Al Nasa Mishalayim. Okay, so Yechanya becomes the king and he rules in Shalayim for 3 months. And once again, famous pasuk, Yasa Rabbi Hashem Chosha Asa Av. Once again, he's like the final one, and he did Rab in Hashem. And what happened? So now you have the first golus of Yechanya. Okay, Nevuchadnezzar is going to take the top people. He's going to bring them to the golus, and that's called golus Yechanya. What does he do? He puts the siege around the city. How does he get the people? He first makes a siege around the Shalayim. Nevuchadnezzar. This is the first time he does it. He does it twice. First time, and he comes to the city with a siege. Yehuda al Malach Bavel, who v'imoy Avodah v'Sara Shara v'Sara v'Yikach Isai Malach Bavel b'Shnas Shmoil Malchai. What happened? The Chachamim told Yechanya that they should go ahead and they should. The pasuk doesn't say this, but the background story is that they should go and try to appease the Nevuchadnezzar. Maybe he'll. You have no chance. You Yechanya, you have no chance against the Nevuchadnezzar. So go ahead and try to appease. So the people, they went out. The Yechanya went out. The Yetze Yachem Melch Yehuda al Malach Bavel. They went out of Yerushalayim. They went out. The Imay Avodah v'Sara, right? And what happens? The Nevuchadnezzar said, "No way. I'm not making peace with you. No chance." Because he knew Yehoyakim, the brother originally. He went ahead and he made peace with. And what happened? He rebelled. He said, "I'm making peace with you, Yechanya. No chance." So anyway, what does he do? He takes him into Golus. And he takes him. He takes Yechanya into Bavel. Like we said in the Megillah. Ish Yehudi hay b'shushan b'Yerushalayim Mordechai ben Yoy ben Kish Ish Yemini Asher Hagla b'Yerushalayim. He went to Golus Yerushalayim. Im Yechanya Melech Yehuda. Im Megalilah Shnegoso. Im Yechanya Melech Yehuda. Right? That's what it is. This is exactly. Mordechai went along in this Golus of Yechanya to Bavel with Nevuchadnezzar. Right. Gimel vayotze Misham is called Eitze Beit Hashem, and he goes ahead and he takes all the treasures from Beit Hashem, vayotze Beit HaMelech, and what he does is vayikset. It's called Klizav Asher Asher Shalom Melech Yisrael Hecha Hashem Kasher Dibar Hashem. So what does he do? He goes ahead and Nevuchadnezzar he empties out the Beit HaMikdash, empties out the palace of all the gold, and this is like the nevuah of this is like the nevuah that the Navi said. That because you went ahead and showed off the kelim of the Beit HaMikdash, you can be punished and everything's going to be emptied out and be completely empty. And that's the end of pasuk Yud Gimel. Pasuk Yudal. And now he goes ahead and he put the goals. Everyone in Shalayim, all the officers, and all the Geber Chayil, and it was Asaras Alof from Gola. It was 10,000 people went to Golas, and these 10 people was called Cheresh or Maskir, was the craftsmen, the gatekeepers. The only people left over were the poorest people in Eretz Yisrael. Now, just in a second, we see it because in a minute, they say it was 7,000. So the Rashi asks the question: is it 10,000, 7,000? So Rashi brings down that in Yirmiyah it says it was 3,000. So now it's getting worse. Now is it 7,000? Is it 10,000? Is it 3,000? So Rashi explains that the answer is as follows: it was really 3,000 from Yehuda, and then there was another 7,000 at the end, and the 7,000 was from Shev B'Yamin and the rest of the Shvatim. So that's the answer to 10,000. And then who were these 10,000? They were Cheresh Maskir and V'Lainisha Zuz. The only people left over in Eretz Yisrael were the poorest people of the land. Okay. Now, this is the first Golus, and the reason why Hashem first brought in the first Golos were the Tamil Chamim. It was the highest level of people in order to get Golos ready, set up for Klal Yisrael. Now, Pasit Hazvav, Yogal, Yochim, Bavel. So now the position repeats itself. Yechanya, he exiled the Golos, Eim HaMelech, Nashei HaMelech, Sarisav, all the people, Elia, Aretz, Hailech, Goyla, Mishlayim, Bavel, all these people, the officers, the dignitaries, all these people, they went into the first Golos, this is the Golos of Yechanya, they went into Golos to Bavel. Zayin, V'chol Anshe Chayil, Shavas Alofim, like we said, it was 7,000, it was really 10,000, okay, V'charish HaMazger, it was Aleph, that was 1,000. Chol Gibara Oisav Wacha V'viyam Melch Goyla Bavel. V'viyam Melch Bavel Goyla Bavel. Okay. So again, just to get clear, it was a total of 10,000, and the breakdown is 7,000 is from the Yemen and the rest of Klal Yisrael, and the 3,000 is from Yehuda, and that's a total of 10,000. V'yimlech Melech Bavel, and now the Yehoyakim is gone, so he makes Malach Bavel. He makes Matya Daidai. He makes Matanya, his uncle. He makes him the Melech as a proxy king. Really, Nevuchadnezzar was the Melech, but he really controlled the situation. But the people that in Eretz Yisrael, in the area of Yehuda, was Tikiyahu. And he changed his name to Tikiyahu. What's Tikiyahu? So the Gemara says, what happened was Tikiyahu saw Nevuchadnezzar eat a live rabbit, and he said, and Nevuchadnezzar was embarrassed that he saw him do it. He said, keep it a secret, don't tell anybody, and if you do it, he said the Elisha Tikiyahu is Yatzdik Allah Asadin. Hashem should justify din in Tirumen if you rebel against me. So therefore, don't rebel and don't repeat it. And we'll see in a minute he does repeat it. And now, Pasuk Yuches Ben Esrim Va'achas Shana Tikiyahu B'Malchai. Tikiyahu was 21 years old. He becomes a Melech. Va'achas Esei Shana Malch B'Shalayim. For 11 years, he was ruled in Shalayim. V'Shem Eloi was Chmutal Bas Yirmeh Me'Livna, and that was the name of his mother. Fine. And what happens to him? Yasser Rabbi Hashem B'Chol Sha'asi Yakim. So once again, no surprises. He does Rabbi Hashem, and he followed just like Yehoyakim. Now, why did this happen? Because Ki Api Hashem Ha'isi B'Shalayim B'Yehuda. It was the Ad Hashlicha Yisam Me'Alpana V'Yirmeh Tikiyahu Melech B'Bavel. In other words, what happened was, why this all happened? Because the guys of the virus, and Hashem took them away and sent them away, and Hashem caused that Tikiyahu to rebel. And what does it mean rebel? Rebel means he repeated the secret on Nevuchadnezzar, and that caused further problems with Klal Yisrael. Okay, that's Pasuk Chaf, and that's the end of Perek Chaf Dalet.